Hello, it is October 5th, 2020. Welcome to the weather update. We have news that Delta, Tropical Storm Delta, which formed this morning, is already a hurricane. That's right, it's already a hurricane. So let's get the latest from the National Hurricane Center. This thing's really strengthening quite a bit. So let's look at the public advisory. This is as of 8 p.m. Data from the NOAA Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicate that Delta has become a hurricane. As of 8 p.m., its location is 16.5 north, 79.6 west, about 150 miles south-southwest of Negril, Jamaica, or about 220 miles south-southeast of Grand Cayman. Maximum sustained winds 75 miles an hour, moving west-northwest at 8 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure 980 millibars, or 28.94 inches. And the strengthening, they say additional rapid strengthening is expected. And it's going to become a major hurricane as it nears the Yucatan Peninsula. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 15 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 70 miles from the center. So it looks like it's a fairly compact storm. So let's go look at the forecast map from the Hurricane Center. And you can see hurricane warnings now in effect for the west part of Cuba and the Yucatan. This thing is already strengthening, and it's going to continue to strengthen already. It's already above what we thought it would be at. The fact that it's a hurricane already. Actually, this is the wrong map. I wanted to show you this one. So you can see hurricane warnings in effect. Now they have it becoming a major hurricane, and it looks like it's taking aim at Louisiana. Could this one be the storm that puts New Orleans underwater once again? It's a possibility. And this thing is really going to be a big problem. So let's go to the latest from Tropical Tidbits on the storm and look at the satellite imagery of Delta. Gamma has just weakened to a tropical depression, and it really won't be that much of a factor, except that it's bringing rains to the Yucatan. But you could see the site is slowing down from the traffic on it. We have to wait here. You could see the blow-ups of convection already on the satellite. There it is, the pink right there. That's the blow-ups of convection right there. And you can see here, this thing's really starting to get going here. Right here. And this, again, is Delta. Hurricane Delta already. We are dealing with another hurricane. We're going to go look at some other satellite imagery for this area. So let's go and look at the Kona satellite imagery here. This is our area. We'll get to our weather in a minute. But let's go look at the Kona's satellite views. You can see this all together. So you can see at the bottom here is Delta. Clear. It's already got a classic hurricane shape, tropical storm shape already. Let's go look at the Gulf of Mexico so we can get a closer look at this. You can sort of see it popping up right there. I'd like to see the visible. Let's go back a little more here so you can see the visible loop. See that should be. You can see that's what's left of Gamma, and there's Delta popping up right there. This still isn't really giving us. Let's just go to Caribbean here. Maybe this will be better. Yeah, this will be better. So, because I don't want to wait for Tropical Tidbits to load, but you can clearly see this thing is really taking shape right there. Classic shape of a tropical system. That's pretty classic, and it's got plenty of warm water to work with too. Let's look at the MODIS satellite so you can get an idea what this. So look at the higher resolution satellite here, and you can get an idea of what this looks like. You can clearly see, yep, this is definitely taking shape. That's what's left of Gamma, kind of falling apart. But now this is the new star of the show, is Delta. We're going to go back to current storms, and we are going to look at the latest plots. There's agreement on where this thing is going to be heading. And it's going to make a landfall. The poor folks in the Yucatan, they had to deal with Gamma. Now they're going to be dealing with Delta. It looks like it's going to make a landfall there. And it may weaken a little bit from the landfall, but then it'll probably re-strengthen again once it gets back out over water again. This is already ahead of the models. Remember, we were looking at the models last night, and the models were really underestimating the strength of this. So a lot of them now are having it getting up to a Cat 4. Uh, so this is really disturbing. Cat 3, Cat 4 type of storm here. That this thing is becoming a real monster. Um, and it's a real concern here for the Gulf Coast and the Yucatan. So let's go take a look at the models, and we will go ahead and look at the. We're going to change this region to the Gulf of Mexico here. Should be a Gulf of Mexico one. We always have trouble finding it. Well, we'll use the Southeast U.S. one. I'd like to go a little further south, though. I really would, because we need to be a little closer to that. I think we got to look at the tropics ones. All right, so we have Western Atlantic. I guess this one will have to do. Okay, so this is the models here. It's already a hurricane. Right, this is Delta here. That's what's left of Gamma. All right, Gamma is just a tropical depression now. But Delta, we're going to look at the GFS here of the track of Delta, and you will see it's really underestimating the strength. I think it's going to strengthen a lot, and you can see it's going to make that landfall in the Yucatan, but it's going to be over land for such a little amount of time that it probably won't get phased by it, and it's going to continue to strengthen, and it's going to continue to deepen until it makes a devastating hit, according to this, right on top of New Orleans. If this were to happen, New Orleans will be wiped off the map. All right, that's, it's going to be wiped off the map. It's going to be underwater, and New Orleans will be done if this winds up being the track and the intensity of it, because that's quite a monster low right there, and it's still, look at it, it's still holding together quite well as it goes inland. This is going to be devastating if it winds up taking this track. It really will be devastating. And we're going to go look at the wind field now on this, so you can look at the lower. Oh, that's right. This one has the wind, so you can get an idea of the wind here on this. I don't like this that it uses knots. It's an extremely compact storm. You can see that, but it's hard to tell because again, it's such a tiny compact storm. I'd like to use something with a little bit of a higher resolution. And we will go ahead and change this to the NAM 12 kilometer. It's the 0Z. I don't have enough of the 0Z. Let's use and NAM doesn't have a tropical view of it. So, but you can clearly see the intensity of this thing. We're going to look at this later on windy. Let me go back to the Kona's view, and we're already back in the Kona's view, so I might as well go to the upper air. And we'll go ahead and look at the upper air, and we'll change this back to the GFS, so you can get an idea of the upper air pattern. So you can see very favorable conditions down the Gulf, low shear, and there it is. There's Gamma right there. I'm sorry, Delta. There's Hurricane Delta taking that aim, and you can see it's just a light flow that's ever going to pull it in, right into New Orleans right there. That's going to be devastating, and then it's going to get sucked. Maybe we'll get some of the remnants of it eventually. But as you look at the upper air, you see there's a couple of troughs coming into the east as we get more into later in the month. Looks like a number of cold air outbreaks. But for this week, we'll have the trough come in, bring that cold front through Wednesday and Thursday, cool us down, and then we see a little warm up there with the ridge. And then we could see what's the remnants, or whatever remnants are left of Tropical Storm Delta. Maybe bring us some rains for Monday, perhaps a week from today. That would be October 12th. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. And then here comes the next trough. So wow, what an intense. Let me just look at the European here and see if the European has the same track and intensity. European is much weaker, and I'm not buying the European because it's already been too weak, in my opinion. I don't know why it weakens it when it gets to that spot. I think it's wrong. I really do. It just has an overall weaker system. And the European also has more of a ridge in the east, so there's definitely a disagreement there on between the two models there. We're going to go and look at the surface now. So here is the surface, and you can see there's that there. For us, we're going to have a slight chance of showers tomorrow with a little wave, a little like trough of low, a trough of low pressure right there off of the east. But I think it's going to affect more Suffolk County, and I think we'll see more sunshine, especially in the afternoon. And then from west to here, it'll probably be sunny all day. Wednesday, we'll probably have sunshine, and then this cold front comes through Thursday night, Wednesday night, and then brings in that cold. You can see that northwest flow there on the isobars coming in for us, and then we have nice weather Thursday, Friday. Weekend probably starting to cloud up, and then this would be the remnants of Hurricane Delta affecting us on Monday, perhaps, and making it up this way, which could bring some rain to our area. And then after that, we'll see more cold shots. But anyway, this is going to be quite some storms. So let's go to our region here, and we'll take a look at our weather, and then I want to look more at windy.com. Because that's a nicer model. It uses miles per hour and not knots. I don't know why the hell these models use knots on this site. We're not mariners here, but anyway. So today we had temperatures up near 70. It was a decent sea breeze. Tomorrow it'll probably be the same thing with a decent sea breeze there. And then we warm up ahead on Wednesday. It'll be kind of warm with low to mid 70s. Then the cold front comes through, and then Thursday we're much colder in the mid 60s, and Friday same thing, mid 60s. And then we start warming up again on the weekend. So look at the dew points. So you get an idea of this will really show up the front nicely. So you'll see here that we'll have we have a somewhat small increase in dew points. It's not too bad out there. Just a slight increase in humidity, and you'll feel a little more. You can see that strong southwest flow on Wednesday. That's ahead of the cold front. Here comes the cold front. Boom. Thursday, dew points drop into the mid-30s. You can see strong northwest winds. And then those dew points come back up for the weekend. And with that tropical moisture, will probably be kind of humid, especially on Monday, with the tropical moisture or the leftovers from Hurricane Delta, which could again bring some heavier rain for our area. So let's go look at the NAM 12 kilometer, and we will look at the precipitation. And again, we will look at the 18Z because I don't really have enough of the other end. So let's go look at the rain. And like I said, there's a slight chance of a shower tomorrow. It's not going to be a huge chance. You can see we didn't really get that much rain today, and you can see it's just very scattered and mainly over Suffolk County. And then the cold front itself doesn't really bring a whole lot of precipitation on Wednesday either. Doesn't really look like a very robust line either. Let's look at the HRRR. It probably has the same idea. Look at the zeros, the HRRR. For tomorrow. Let's take a look at this. Somewhat a little higher. So it's got a few showers developing over Suffolk County. If there are, it'll be very widely scattered. And then that's as far as I got on Wednesday. So going back to GFS, we'll go ahead and look at the skies. So for tomorrow, you will see clouds over Long Island. However, to the west, over New Jersey, you may have a clear day. For Wednesday, clouds move in. We probably have high clouds move in ahead of the cold front. Cold front comes through, and then a nice day on Thursday, cool, breezy. Same thing for Friday, and then the clouds come back in on Saturday as we start dealing with the remnants of possible remnants of Delta. Let's go look at the NAM model as far as the sky cover, because sometimes they have differences. All right, this is again I gotta go back to the 18Z. So here is the 18Z, and let's get that to load, shall we? So you'll see clouds over Long Island, but over New Jersey, especially as you get into the afternoon, could become mostly sunny, and over Nassau County and western Suffolk. And then for Wednesday, we'll see more clouds. I think we'll start off with sun and then more clouds as that cold front gets closer. So let's go to windy.com, and this is really what I want to look at. And we're going to switch this to the GFS model, because I think that's a little closer to reality here on this. And put this on wind gusts so we get a chance to look at Hurricane Delta. This is Hurricane Delta. It's already underestimating it because it's stronger already than this model even shows. So this is, you can see it's strengthening as it approaches Yucatan. That you got gusts there. It's going to be stronger than that. I'm telling you, the models are underestimating this thing. It's going to be a lot stronger. It's already ahead of the curve, so to speak. So this is what it looks like here. You can see the wind field. This is again the GFS. You can see now it's really starting to strengthen. You see that white area there, that's where you're going to have those 100-mile-an-hour plus winds probably developing. And then it takes a direct aim at New Orleans, it looks like. It looks like it's taking almost a direct hit to New Orleans. And if you click that white area, you will see, yep, that white area is going to go right over New Orleans. This will be a landfall Friday night, and New Orleans would be in the east side of the storm, which would mean the water, the wind, it's all going to come in. It's going to put New Orleans underwater. This storm has the potential to wipe New Orleans. If Katrina didn't do it, this storm will. Honestly, it's going to be devastating. And people in New Orleans right now and along the Gulf Coast needs to watch this, but especially in New Orleans, you don't want to be sticking around when this thing hits. You want to get the hell out of there because it's going to be a dangerous situation. And we'll go back to the European model because the European is a little different here. European actually is a little more accurate now. It has it more intense. So it does have, the European does have it more intense. It takes it past the Yucatan. And look at that. It really, this European really, this is a new model. Alright, these are wind gusts, but these could be the maximum sustained winds. So I like using this, it's close. You see that big area white there. Alright, so this is the European track Thursday. There it goes. So this is the European. But then for some reason it weakens it when it makes that right turn. I don't necessarily agree with that at all. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm guessing it's maybe giving it some shear maybe, but knowing how warm the Gulf is, I don't see that happening. And both keep it in this really bad track for New Orleans. Of course, we are a ways out. The last thing I'll look at is the waves, because that is going to be a huge problem with the waves coming up. You could already see there's a lot of waves already getting stirred up. This is right now. We got waves, and it's only going to get worse as this thing's going to stir up the water even more. 21-foot waves, so it's going to be, the west side of Cuba could get nailed by this as well. It's a compact storm, but you can see, look at the waves that it's generating. Let's get that up there. 26 feet. I mean, this is... So the issue here is when this thing gets closer to New Orleans. Look at this. Look at the coverage here of the disturbed ocean. 32-foot waves, man. You could have a 20-foot storm surge come in. So, and this is, again, the whole Gulf Coast could be dealing with this. So there it is, taking aim at New Orleans. Again, this is a model. It's not going to show the waves going right up to New Orleans, but you know, you could have a 20-foot storm surge or 15 to 20-foot storm surge come into this area. So this is going to be another major disaster. And if we look at the ocean temperatures, you will see, yeah, 82. It's plenty warm enough for. This is the current ocean temperatures, I believe. But 84, plenty warm enough for this thing to strengthen. Plenty warm enough. 81, got plenty of warm water here. 86. So this storm is going to continue to be. This is a major threat for the Gulf. So I'll keep you posted on it. Obviously, right now it's the west side of Cuba, and like I said, probably by tomorrow night, we're going to see this hit starting to affect the west side of Cuba and the Yucatan, and then Friday is when this thing gets close to possibly Louisiana. And I really hope the TV stations do a better job covering this, but they probably won't. Most of the networks are gearing to a certain demographic, and they don't care about this. They don't want you to know that the climate is in a crisis right now, because they're living in their own world. They are living in their own world. I mean, it's ridiculous. It really is. And just to show you what I mean, over here, you'll see. All right, this is a look at the sky today, but that's not what I'm looking at here. I want to show you this first. You know, I mean, the stock market went up. I mean, like, they were in their own damn world down there. You know, on the south. Well, you know the way these people are. They're living it up in their enclaves, and they've been lucky so far. The hurricanes haven't come here. They've hit other places, but they could. I just want to show you the sky, and then we're going to wrap this up for today. Just showing you some of the sky. We had some nice ultracumulus clouds in the sky today. It's pretty nice, actually. Some more. cumulus, altocumulus, really pretty sky. So hopefully you got a chance to enjoy the pretty sky we had today, because it was actually pretty nice. We did have breaks of sun in the afternoon. But anyway, that is going to wrap up this weather update. A lot going on. Once again, the tropics keeping us busy. So you have a great night, and thank you for watching.